Buff Nation, what up? BWB, my bandwagon buffs. What it is, what it does, and what it's gonna be. It's your man's Harry Billion. We gotta get better with this whole breaking news situation. I bring you an update in the coaching search for the D-line coach with Coach Prime and the Buffs. If you're new to this channel, smash the subscribe button. Make sure to give me the thumbs up. Right here is my Amazon store for Buff and Coach Prime merch. Okay, if you see something, say something. If you see any hot news that I haven't gotten to, you like, yo, Harry B, I see something on the Wire. You know what the Wire is? The Wire is basically just any news outlet. I think you might want to jump on this. Hit me up at hotTipsForTLPSports@gmail.com. I appreciate that, guys. That's all the business I got. You know what time it is. Let's work. The school hasn't really reported it yet. Coach Prime hasn't reported it yet, but the news reporters, the writers are all now starting to write this stuff up. So let me add this to the information that I already recorded. A source, Colorado to hire Alabama Sal Sunseri to coach defensive tackles. This one is coming from BuffZone.com by Brian Howell. Colorado didn't waste any time in finding a new defensive tackles coach. A BuffZone source has confirmed that CU and head coach Deion Sanders are set to hire Sal Sunseri to fill a sudden vacancy on the coaching staff. He will replace Patrick Hill, who left earlier this week after less than 2 months on the job to take a position with the NFL's Minnesota Vikings. Sunseri, 63, spent the past 4 seasons at Alabama, where he worked alongside new defensive coordinator Charles Kelly. Sunseri and Kelly also worked together at Florida State, 2013 to 2014. During his coaching career, Sunseri has been a part of 4 national titles, including 3 times at Alabama, 2009, 2011, and 2020. He also won a title at Florida State 2013. A lot of the information about Sunseri are pretty much the same. I'm not going to read them again, but I just had to jump back in here to add this piece to the clip that I just recorded. But this one is coming from Alabama Football News. Former Tide DT rips Alabama for letting Sal Sunseri leave for Colorado. Sunseri, 63, has a wealth of experience in college football and the National Football League. He had 2 stints with the Crimson Tide as an assistant head coach and linebackers coach 2009 to 2011 and an outside linebackers coach 2019 to 2021. Sunseri served as the special assistant to the head coach last season. He helped outside linebackers create massive production, including Cordy Upshaw, Anthony Jennings, Terrell Lewis, Christopher Allen, Will Anderson, and Dallas Turner. Upshaw totaled 32.5 tackles for loss, 16.5 sacks, and 12 quarterback hurries from 2010 to 2011. Jennings posted 12.5 tackles for loss, 8 sacks, and 8 quarterback hurries in 2019. Lewis recorded 11.5 tackles for loss, 6 sacks, and 16 quarterback hurries in 2019. Allen tallied 18.5 tackles for loss, 7.5 sacks, and 7 quarterback hurries from 2019 to 2021. Anderson earned 62 tackles for loss, 34.5 sacks, and 29 quarterback hurries from 2020 to 2022. Turner got 18 tackles for loss, 12.5 sacks, and 14 quarterback hurries from 2021 to 2022. Sunseri is a proven coach to get the best out of players on the field. Nick Gentry, a former Tide defensive tackle, is not happy with his alma mater allowing Sunseri to leave for Colorado. He ripped Alabama on social media for the move. Gentry won a BCS national title in 2011 with Sunseri on staff. Nick said on Twitter, should have moved him back on the dang field. I wanted to amuse you a little bit about some of the situations that's happening on Twitter from this information, guys. Remember how all of the Miami Hurricanes fans up in arms and they were saying all types of nasty stuff? Let me appease you a little bit with some of the Twitter comments on this situation right here. This is never a good thing for the fans. I know when it happens to us, we're going to have a lot of things to say, but for right now, we can just look at what some of their fans are saying. On Twitter, Bama RTR18 says, "Poaches? Okay, whatever will Saban do? He has never had a turnover before. Only reason he wants coaches from Alabama is so he can ask, how does Saban do it? Everybody hates Alabama until they need a coach or a player, but the dynasty is dead. LOL. Nico on Twitter says, Sal, Kevin Steele, and formerly Lance Thompson are coaches who keep coming back to us like a bad ex who gets lonely at Christmas. See you again in 3 years, Sal." Different Tune says, "That one stinks. Love Coach Sal." And then we have Roll Tide 67182. He says, "Hated him coming back. Bye." Jate, Jate, says, "He didn't have an on-field coaching position at Alabama. He was only a special assistant." Hater. Ben says deuces with the emoji. This one says Holly Boyer. I don't know what those emojis. Hattie Boyle says bye. The defensive coordinator says, this guy's still coaching? Uh-oh. We have an age shamer. It gets nasty on Twitter, boy, I tell you. Barstool Sailor says, uh-oh. He does know Colorado is at altitude, overweight, thin air, no Krispy Kremes equals failure. Boy, it's getting nasty out there. Jordan says, the only reason I would leave to go coach with that thug would be that Saban ran my blank off and I had nowhere else to go. I'm going to leave it right there, man. It's getting nasty. It's getting nasty out there, boy. Boy, when you go on that social media, boy, it gets nasty out there. I don't want to be touching that, guys. I'm Harry B, guys. And that was the Liberian Perspective. TLP Sports Club. Blah.